It became one of the most analyzed videos in the history of the internet. A young woman stands alone inside an elevator, pressing multiple buttons with visible urgency. She peers cautiously into the hallway, steps back, hides in the corner, and begins gesturing as if she is speaking to someone who cannot be seen. Moments later, she walks out of the elevator and disappears. Weeks after that, hotel guests begin to complain that the water tastes strange, describing it as sweet and unpleasant. What they did not know was that they were unknowingly drinking the final trace of a mystery that would haunt the world. This is the disturbing case of Elisa Lam. In January of 2013, Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian student, arrived in Los Angeles during a solo trip across the West Coast. She checked into the Cecil Hotel, a place with a long and unsettling history that she likely knew nothing about. Over the decades, the hotel had been associated with violent crime, unexplained deaths, and numerous suicides, earning it a reputation as one of the darkest locations in the city. Elisa was a responsible traveler who stayed in constant contact with her family, calling her parents every day to reassure them that she was safe. Then, on January 31st, the call suddenly stopped. Her parents grew concerned and contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. Elisa Lam had vanished without explanation. Police searched the hotel, questioned staff, and reviewed guest records, but no sign of her could be found. Days passed, then weeks with no answers. As the investigation stalled, authorities made a controversial decision. They released the last known footage of Elisa Lam, captured by a security camera inside one of the hotel's elevators. The video quickly spread across the internet and left viewers deeply unsettled. In the footage, Elisa enters the elevator alone and presses several buttons in rapid succession. The doors fail to close. She leans forward, cautiously peering into the hallway, as if she is checking whether someone is watching her. She steps back inside, pressing herself against the wall, appearing to hide from something just out of view. Her movements grow increasingly strange as she steps out again and begins moving her hands in slow, deliberate motions that seem disconnected from reality, before calmly walking away down the corridor. Only after she leaves does the elevator door finally close. The footage sparked endless speculation. Some believed she was being followed. Others suggested she was experiencing a psychological episode. Many claimed they could see someone just outside the frame, hidden by the camera's blind spots. No matter the explanation, one fact remained undeniable. This was the last time Elisa Lam was ever seen alive. 2 weeks later, the mystery took a horrifying turn. Guests staying at the Cecil Hotel began complaining about the water. Some said the water pressure in their rooms was unusually low. Others noticed that the water initially ran dark before turning clear. Several guests reported that it had a strange taste and an unpleasant odor, yet no immediate action was taken. On February 19th, a maintenance worker was sent to the roof to inspect the hotel's water supply. The Cecil Hotel relied on 4 large water tanks located at the top of the building. The worker climbed the ladder, approached one of the tanks, and lifted the heavy metal lid. Inside, floating face up in the water, was Elisa Lam. Her body had been decomposing in the tank for weeks. The discovery shocked investigators and raised more questions than answers. Access to the roof was restricted, and the door leading to it was reportedly alarmed. If Elisa had opened it, the alarm should have sounded. There was no record of any alarm being triggered. The lid of the water tank was heavy and difficult to move, especially from inside, yet it was found closed when her body was discovered. Elisa was found naked, with her clothes floating beside her in the tank, and the autopsy revealed no signs of physical trauma, no drugs, and no alcohol in her system. Authorities ultimately ruled her death an accidental drowning, citing her history of bipolar disorder as a contributing factor. According to the official explanation, Elisa may have suffered a psychological episode, climbed into the tank, and been unable to escape. The internet, however, was not convinced. Many questioned how she could have accessed the roof without triggering an alarm, how she could have opened and closed the tank lid from the inside, and why her behavior in the elevator seemed so fearful, as if she were reacting to something unseen. Others suggested the hotel's dark history played a role, while some believed crucial details were never fully disclosed. To this day, the case of Elisa Lam remains one of the most disturbing modern mysteries, not because of what is known, but because of what still cannot be explained. A young woman vanished in plain sight, and the truth was hidden where no one thought to look. The next time you pour a glass of water, you might pause for just a moment and wonder where it truly comes from. If stories like this stay with you and refuse to let go, consider subscribing to The Short Chapter, where we explore the mysteries that continue to haunt the world long after the answers are supposed to exist.